What's up? So, coming back to my old school walking videos. Been getting a lot of emails from folks saying, hey, I want to see your old videos where you're walking around in the city. So today, there are no providers or anything. I'm actually down here in Francisco de Montejo. I hadn't been over here, this particular part. Francisco de Montejo have many parts. And I met a guy for breakfast today, well, late lunch, and met him here. And I was like, damn, it's a nice area. So I'm gonna take y'all around and let y'all see that. As you can see here, we are at a park. They got a basketball court. They're playing the hoops and whatnot. There's a couple of basketball courts. There's a gymnasium down there. There's a karate school down there. And like I say, beautiful park. I bet it's really nice at nighttime. And, and this is one of them areas where you could probably, like, for example, they got this house right here. And it looked like it's apartments because there's a separate door on each side that goes up. And you could probably find a place out here for like $350 a month. Francisco de Montejo is still relatively very affordable. You can get some great prices, and it's kind of situated in the middle of all the modern areas. So you have the Costco around here, you have all the malls, you have the U.S. consulate, and so everything around Francisco de Montejo is new, modern, and super expensive. But this is one of the only few areas where it's going to be super affordable. This is the restaurant we met at. Very good food, very good coffee, good lunch and brunch menu. And check it out if you're in the area and you just want to kind of walk this area and see what it's like. Come check it out there. The thing about this area is you have a lot of residential homes, and then you have a lot of small commercial businesses in between. So this is one of those areas where you can literally just kind of walk out your front door, and then you can go get some tacos right around the corner or possibly next door to you. So you got a lot of the business like this place here. Get a little closer and see what the sign says. Look like they selling frappes. Frappe. And let me get a little closer. But they selling that, and like I said, they sell it right outside the house. And that's one of the benefits of it's a pro or con. You might like it, you might not like that. But if you're looking for the full feel, the thrill of living in Merida or in Mexico, getting in these type of neighborhoods, I think are best. When I first got here, I tried my darndest to find a place to live in this area because of the location. I mean, everything is in this area, but I could never find anything. So, and you're about to see in a moment, because I'm going to walk down the main strip in a moment and let you see that. But as you can see, this is a nice little park. They got a walking trail, dump little trash cans to store your trash in from your pets. And this is a little pet park right here. Got the gate. Today I don't have my camera with me. I didn't have any intentions of making a video, but once I got over here to meet the guy, it was like, damn, this is nice. And the guy I met, he's from France. He's been living here for 20 years. Really nice guy. Gotten to know him pretty well. One of our first clients rented a house from him a couple of years ago. I don't know if you remember Vivian, the young lady from Mississippi. And so she's renting a house from him. Absolutely loved it. And he also built the 4 apartments down in Centro and got all of those rented out. And so gotten to know him pretty well. So we met up for breakfast today just to talk. He built his own house the first time, and then he built these apartments himself. And so been picking his brain and trying to learn from him the building process and how things are done. So got quite a few contacts and references from him. And when it's time for us to build, he said he'll be happy to help. So great people out here, man. So we were just sitting down here talking a lot for a while about the culture of the area. He speaks French, of course. He's been living here 20 years. His wife is Mexican, so his Spanish is flawless and amazing. Amazing. But beautiful park. Now check this out. How many places in the States can you go to where you got parks like this and you got weights and exercises that you can do? You don't got too many places out here in the States that do this. Really, really nice. And of course you got the nice park. And like I say, you got the basketball. Because of the heat, of course, they got this thing covered to help protect from the elements. They got these benches so people can watch the game or watch the kids play. And like I say, this is the side where I'm gonna show you. You can just walk outside your door and everything is nearby. So as you can see here, across the street, I don't know if you can see that sign, but at the dentist's office, there's a psychologist's office next door. And then you have the karate school and I guess a gymnasium up top to work out. And then of course, residential homes next door. I'm not gonna walk up and down each street, but most of the homes will look like this. You have some newer homes kind of thrown in between people that have bought lots and then built the house. But for the most part, most of the homes are gonna be kind of, I wouldn't say old, but many of the homeowners do a good job renovating them and keeping them modern looking on the inside. Never, ever judge a home based on the way it looks on the outside. Whew, running out of breath. Haven't been doing these walking videos in over a year or two, but I'm gonna start back. Give me an opportunity to get my weight down. So now there's many streets back where there's nothing but houses. And what we're about to do is come up on one of the main streets and you'll see what you have access to in just a moment. It's a pretty big park. I'm gonna keep the camera running because I want you to see how you can just walk out your front door and then what you have access to. Plus, close to this area, you got a Costco, Sam's Club, Shadrari grocery stores, Soriana grocery stores, the malls, 3 malls, the Grand Plaza. You have Harbor Plaza, Galerias, and the U.S. consulate is close by. This look like that's a little taco spot. So we're coming up on the principal street. At the key shop, you can go there and get your keys made right over there. Like this guy here selling coconut waters out his truck. So you got all these shops and stores. And if we walk further down this street, you're gonna see more fruterias, where you get fruits and vegetables from. Quite a few taco spots right there. Livability, the laundry right there. You can drop your stuff off. Many times they'll come pick it up. You get your glasses here. I bought one of the kids' glasses from here. I think we paid somewhere like $50. That was for the lenses, the frames. You know, the eye exams are free here. And but they had them, and I bought some glasses at another place further down the road for $25. And they lasted me about a good 2.5, 3 years. Sat on them and broke them. But this is what you have, this main street that you have access to. You got a pizza shop, hardware store. You got these hardware stores everywhere. And now we're coming up on the fruit spot and vegetables. You can come in here and get fresh juices. I mean, like freshly made every morning. Ice cream. Like I say, you got everything you need. And this goes way down to the end of the road. And once you get down there, you got a super busy intersection. And you got a bodega, supermarket. You got a bunch more restaurants. You won't need a car out here in the area like this. And this is, like I said, so this is Francisco de Montejo. Very large, another laundry. I think here you come do your own laundry. You don't need a car. Like another restaurant here. Sushi spot. You got taxis out here, you got Ubers out here, all the ride sharing services that come grab you. It'll be very affordable to get around from this location because everything is close by. If you hop the Uber ride to the mall, you're probably looking at about $2 versus, say, an Uber ride from Concal to the mall might be like $6 or $7 because it's a little further out. But here, everything is close by. You can get there in 5 minutes, 10 minutes. And like I said, you go up those roads, there'll be more residential homes up over there as well. So you kind of got everything you need. You just walk down the street and boom, another fruit, vegetable. Got a Chinese restaurant. Maxi Carne is like a little spot you can go get your chickens, beef, poultry, pork. Look at this homeopathy doctor here. You can literally walk these streets and come across a new business every day for a year probably and never run out. You got a breakfast spot right there. Homeopathic. I need to go in there and see if they got some stuff I'm looking for. Hola, buenas tardes. Saw how the young lady spoke coming out of school. They speak. It's my third time seeing that car. I think I got a super fan that's stalking me. What up, Kim? But yeah, I mean, and this road goes all the way down. I ain't gonna walk that far because I ain't in shape. But like again, all these streets, you go up these streets, a lot of residential homes. If you're looking for a place here in this area, best thing to do, get yourself a rental car and ride up the road and see if you can catch a few signs. But this is a beautiful area. Definitely worth putting this on your list. Of places to investigate. Would not hesitate living out here. We placed a lady in this neighborhood about 4 months ago, and she absolutely loved it. And like I say, if you want to know what neighborhood you're in, just look at the sign, look at the bottom of it, and it'll tell you, in this case, Francisco de Montejo. There's like 5 Francisco de Montejos. Man, there that joker is again. I need to call the popo. I need to call the reinforcements. Another lavanderia. Beautician, come get your hair done, your nails done. Another spot to get your keys. Well, I'm sweating like a mud. I hope this video ain't too shaky. I don't have my other camera, but just want y'all to be able to see. And you gotta watch your steps everywhere you go in Merida. In 1 second, you can fall and break your face. See all that? The sidewalk uneven. They just bust up. I'm gonna see if I can make it down to the end of this road. And again, go down each of the side roads. You got homes that you can rent or buy. This looks like some kind of showtime place for karaoke. Yeah, karaoke bar and club. Look at that. Now, if we get further down this road, they have a lot more outdoor restaurants. Because they get lit up at night out here. Now, that is the thing you got to look for living in Francisco de Montejo. Oh, it looks like they shut it down. One thing, I personally wouldn't live off of the main road, go further back up one of those streets. Because they can get loud out here. They blasting music, you know, for the restaurants and stuff like that and the bars. There's another clinic there, the Supplement King. Dance school and gymnasium right there. You got an OXXO here. A new fitness center. Big giant pharmacy. Like I say, as you get closer down to the end of this road, a lot more of the larger chains and businesses open up. So you got this chicken spot here, pizza spot right over there, OXXO here. This area, you definitely gotta make sure you're going down the right street. A lot of one-way streets out here. Hey, if this kind of content is helping you, please consider making a donation. See Kim right there, she already pressing me, telling me to hurry up. So when I leave this video, I got to go continue with her. So, hey, make a donation if you find it helpful. I'm gonna keep on walking. You'll see the little links in the bottom of the description, the comments on the screen, CashApp, Zelle, all of it. Look at this spot. And even if you don't want to live out here, it's worth just coming up and down this area. This is a good zone to do everything. Look at this place here. I might have to come check this out. I bet this is lively at night. Kids are just getting out of school right now. Oh yeah, I bet that place lit. So they generally bring the chairs out later in the day. Like I say, you got everything out. That place right there is a ramen sushi spot. Another laundry. Boy, I've been walking for 20 minutes so far. It's amazing how time fly by. Them days I was getting when I was making these type of videos, I was getting 30,000 steps in a day. So, like I say, it's quiet as long as you're willing to go further down these streets and not live right on the main strip. And see, one thing they do here in Mexico, we all try and be fancy about the signs. But look at their sign. They like they just hand wrote that sign themselves. Sushi, ramen, and they got the telephone number just written in. You know what I mean? They don't get all fancy. They just open up business. They just go. That's one thing that I love about Mexico. They ain't trying to impress nobody with some fancy stuff. The other day, Popeyes, they just opened up a Popeyes chain. The inside of the Popeye wasn't open. They still had a lot of work. What did they do? They just opened up the drive-thru and said, hey, drive-thru service only until we open up all the way. Look at this. Kids out here playing in the middle of the day. Now, it is January, so not so hot. You won't see that in the summertime. They won't come out till after 6, 7 o'clock. She's selling some eggs. I might need to get me some eggs. I'm gonna see. Those are organic eggs. One for 60 pesos. That's a container of 30 for 60 pesos, which is about $3 for 30 eggs. And it said organic. And oftentimes those eggs be fresh. This is a Bible Iglesia Biblicla. There's a church over here. And right outside their house, they selling these elotes. So, and again, these are houses up and down this street. Tempted to walk down one. So y'all can see the whole deal. Let me find where Kim at so I can tell her what direction I went off to. Cause right down there, that's the main street. Yeah. All right, y'all throw that donation in there, cause I'm gonna go ahead and walk down this street. Let y'all see. I'm gonna walk up a residential street. You come out here, you fill your 5-gallon jugs of water up right here. It's 12 pesos to fill it up, which is about 65 cents. Some of the other stations, they have alkaline water, so a 5-gallon jug to fill that up for 60 cents, kind of hard to beat. Let's see where this is. All right, so this is not the best street, but let's take a look. So it's already getting quieter as I walk further down. But these are some of your residential homes. Now, of course, there's some streets where you have some better looking homes, but again, don't necessarily judge this from the outside. Sometimes when you go in the house, the lots, they go very deep, and you got a lot of space in the back. Folks hanging their clothes up outside. That is a normal thing out here. So it's weird to us. So again, there's a lot of stuff you're gonna have to kind of overlook. This is a physical therapy office. Like I say, this is a house, and many businesses run out of their house. They don't go spend money on a fancy office, paying extra. Here, when you're working out your house, you get to write the whole thing off, the whole expense off as a deduction, as an expense. I learned that because I got a business now here in Mexico. And I was like, do I get to write off part of my rent since I'm using a small part of my house as the office? They was like, no, you get to write the whole rent off. The electricity, the internet, the water, everything. I was like, whoa. And so this is a good example of a much newer home. It's blue in here. And even this one, don't be, that will shock you after what it looks like on the inside. Look like they got a church right across the street. Jesus Cristo. And as you can see, it's a lot more quieter. We're still here in Francisco de Montejo. Look at that. You got the black barber shop right here. Well, that's the name of it at least. Ain't enough black folks out here to have a black hair barber shop. So once you get down here to the main street, let me show y'all. That's a plaza. You can cut through here and it opens up into a plaza with a lot more other shops. And you got major shopping all through here. You got all your banks here. There's a burger place over here, a chicken sandwich shop called Matika. They have some really good chicken sandwiches. But when you walk out to the principal street, you got all these shops. The bodega, that green building there is owned by Walmart. They got those throughout. It's a cheaper store, cheaper than Walmart, cheaper than all the stores, cheaper than the Sorianas, the Macro Plazas, the cheapest one of them all. So, Los Trampos restaurant. I don't know where Kim went. She was stalking me earlier. But like I say, this is the main road. And behind here, there's a fabric shop if you want to go get cloth and sewing supplies to make stuff. You got all of that over here. Still in Francisco de Montejo. Let me cross over. But you got a whole plaza over there with everything. You got your banks. Ballet boutique store. More pharmacies over here in this plaza. All right, here she is. All right, I'm gonna see if I can keep the camera running while she's driving. Hold up, woman. See if I keep the camera running for a minute while we talk about some things. Another little Chinese food spot right there. Turn that.
Good luck with that.
All right, still running. Still recording.
Well, Sean Cartess just got in the car and he's recording. Let me call you back. But I was just calling to check on you. I love you. Okay. All right. Okay, bye. Sean said hello.
Tell him what's up.
Say hello to you.
Another spot with live music. But as you can see, this little town. Now I'm gonna tell y'all something. This one small part of Francisco de Montejo. Francisco de Montejo is very large, huge, and this is just one section. But all the sections, many of the sections are just like this. They got shops and plazas everywhere. You won't even have to leave. Like I say, you don't need a car. And yeah, heading home. You don't need a car. I gotta go back home and look at my trade. Make sure I'm still good. I got all my, I started day trading. I got my stops in place just in case something pop off unexpected. Look at that rental department, those apartments right there, furnished apartments right there. Like I say, this strip goes, like I say, we about to come out of Francisco de Montejo if we hadn't already. But it's like this on all sides. I would show the other sides, but you will really be seeing a duplicate of what I've already showed you. Plenty of shops, markets, restaurants, foods, laundry, parks all over the place, pharmacies all over the place, doctor's offices all over the place. You got everything. Robert used to live down here Bugamilius, if I'm saying that correctly. Yeah, we're in Bugamilius right now. We just crossed over. So, which is next door to Francisco de Montejo. They just built some apartments. I want to say these are the new apartments they just built over there. You got the house address in here?
Yeah.
Taking you back that way.
Yeah, I'm gonna get straight.
I'm gonna let it run for a few more minutes. And as you can see, they doing some more building. You can't see that back there, but the growth in Merida is through the roof. And behind that is the Chedraui grocery store. Then across the street there's the Grand Plaza Mall. You got everything you need. So listen, if I'm about to talk a little louder because I got the camera. You need help finding a place, visit us on the website, send us an email, help@moveabroadandthrive.com, help@moveabroadandthrive.com. Visit the website, www.moveabroadandthrive.com as well. Join our mailing list, get updates. I'd encourage you to join our VIP. Every time I come across apartment listings or homes for rent or sale, that's a great deal. I post it in the VIP area. You can ask questions while you're in the VIP. There's a section in there called Ask Cartess. You can ask any questions you want, and generally within 48 to 72 hours, I respond. You can ask all the questions you like, cheaper than a telephone consultation. So check that out. It's on the website, moveabroadandthrive.com as well. Let us know how we can be of assistance to you. And hey man, this move abroad life is real, it's affordable, and it can be yours. Look at those, there's some more apartments right there. And if you were to get apartments right there, you could walk across the street and there's a grocery store right through there. I had a lady that was living down this street right here. And the rent on that, I think it was like $250, $275, might have been $325. It wasn't much more, but they had some great perks. At first, she didn't like the fact that the apartment was kind of run down, and she was like, "Oh my God, Cartess, I don't know if I can get used to this. It's a little older than I would have liked." And she was like, hey, 3 months later, she was like, thank you every day, Cartess, that you showed that to me because I was able to save a lot of money. And she was living on a very tight budget. I think I can't even remember. The numbers were crazy. And very tight. And that place saved her life. Allowed her to kind of reset, rebuild, get back on the feet and whatnot. And so it was a good deal. It was a good deal for her, and it changed everything for her. So thank y'all for watching. MoveAbroadandThrive.com. CartessRoss, and I'm out.